Hey friends. So, another beautiful day here at Crystal Lake. I'm really feeling something that part of it is that we have all these family events going on, and I'm just sort of, the thing about family events, especially family events up here in this place, is that all of us have been coming here for so long. It's not like we're doing a family reunion somewhere special and beautiful, but that none of us have a connection to. We actually are meeting up here precisely because we have a connection here. It's kind of a convenient place to meet, but we're making a point of all getting together for a couple days and spending some time with each other, which doesn't always happen. It's kind of remarkable, actually, how much of my family is here and how many people. I mean, yesterday was sort of blew me away a little bit, just seeing the number of new members of the family that maybe I saw them as babies or as toddlers, but now they're full humans. It's remarkable what happens to to kids after 10 years. And so I'm in appreciation of the fact that the thing that keeps striking me, I suppose, is, I spoke a little bit yesterday about how this place really nourishes me. It's like there's something in the water and the air and the sand and the trees, the birch trees. There's just things that they feel like this is my soul's place. I've always been connected here, and it's something that I don't often have a chance to reflect on. And in a lot of ways, the way that I have lived my life, especially my young life, growing up overseas and moving around quite a bit, living overseas and then coming back to the States for summers, and then moving back to the US, and then moving around the country almost every 2 years, plus some international travel, for a period of about 15 or so years. I was just constantly living somewhere else, and I had already kind of been conditioned to live that way because that's how I grew up. And so what that has always meant to me is that my sense of self and my sense of family and my sense of spiritual connection to the world and to community was not based on a specific geographical location. It wasn't based on a place in the way that I believe it can sometimes be if you come from a place and spend a lot of our young life in one place. That kind of feels like our home. And to me, home has always been a bit of a fluid concept. But the thing that I'm really appreciating about this particular trip and this time here is that this place really has been a home to me for my entire life. I've been coming back here for my entire life. So doing a family reunion here just kind of drives home the point even more, because there are all these other people who now live all over the world, and they travel all over the world, and they aren't based anywhere in the vicinity of where I grew up, but we have this unifying place that actually is a geographical location. It actually is a place, and I'm appreciating that more and more. I mean, it happens virtually every time I come here. I have some version of this epiphany, but I think especially in a year when there's a lot of family around and we're all kind of making a point of shining a bit of light on that and our shared history as a family and our shared history with this place, it's coming through in a really nice way. And again, kind of as I said yesterday, watching my daughter feel connected to this place and just have it in her blood, like she just, from the first time she was here, she knew this was her place. She it's almost like she knew her way around the house and the yard and the water without ever having been here. She was just like, oh yeah, here we are, let's go. Like, this is, now I know what I'm here to do. I'm here to be myself in this place. I know what this place is about. And just absorbed it and integrated it instantly. And then, from the first time we ever left Crystal Lake, she's been asking about when we're gonna come back. It's been we have talked about this place for the last 11 months at bedtime, because she was so excited to get to come back. And so in other words, I'm seeing that phenomenon that I experienced, because I had the same thing. You took me away from Crystal Lake and went back to Germany for the school year. I could not wait to come back. It was a sad day when you had to leave the lake. And now I'm watching Annalise have that experience, and I'm watching many other families and branches of my own family and young people in my generation, Annalise's generation, and even the subsequent generation in some cases, all sharing this kind of remarkable connection to a place, and it's hard for me. It's really bizarre. I mean, when I think about the experience of people who've traveled far from home and who have, either lived their lives away from the place where they grew up, or they do a lot of active traveling and live their lives as adults in the way that my parents kind of did when I was a kid. And there's a sense of home. What I think I'm finding is my analog to that, my analog of that experience of like just a place that lets my whole body relax, a place that lets my whole just spirit feel like, I know myself here. Like, this feels right. Here, it's easy to be, it's like feeling held by a place. It's really it's an incredible experience, and it's I think it's all the more incredible because it's not something that it's one that I've constructed over the course of my life. It's not one that I had sort of ready-made as a young person and always looked back on. It's one that I had to little by little put together for myself and create. It happened over time, because there was a long time when even this place wasn't. There was a chapter of my life where I wasn't connected to this place until I came back after a long period and sort of was like, wait a minute, this isn't just my childhood that I'm connecting to. This is my mom's childhood. This is my grandparents' childhood that I'm connected. It's like the roots. I started to see how deep the roots go, and again, just appreciate that. It's a remarkable gift, and it's a really beautiful sentiment, I think, to kind of carry into this reunion and to carry with me beyond the reunion, to really sort of invest in this experience in a way that I don't need it to be anything. I don't need it to enhance my home life. I don't need it to be anything. I can actually let it tell me. This is where I kind of got to yesterday as well. I can let the place tell me how to be, what to do, what I need. It's almost like the whole period becomes like a retreat meditation. Not quite like doing a vipassana or being in silence for 2 weeks, but in the sense of my mind relaxes, my body kind of expands, and waves start to come in. I start to get pinged with little ideas and memories and sparks of inspiration take me forward. So I'm simply in gratitude for that today. I hope that wherever you are, wherever you may find yourself right now, that you have a place. I wish that for people, I suppose, that we can identify these places in our life that really give us a dose of who we are. So, thanks for watching. Much love. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.